A couple of days ago, I posted this video of me showing how we harden our bats.
Did you know that every Xylo Game Ready bat is hardened with a deer antler?
And to my surprise, there were several people that commented that had maybe some concerns or some questions about why we do it or why we sand after we do the hardening process. So I wanted to hop on and kind of talk through some of those questions just to give some clarity around it. So one of the comments that we got multiple times was I said that we have used this one deer antler for over 10,000 bats and people didn't believe me. So I wanted to talk about it, and this is actually the only deer antler I've ever used. You can see where we use it right here. The story behind it is the first bat I ever made and I actually hit with. I did not do a hardening process on it. There was dents all through the barrel and I couldn't figure out why, and I started researching and realizing, okay, I need to have a hardening process. So the shed that I was making our bats in, I just went around and looked for something that could harden our bats, and I came across this deer antler. And so I started researching deer antlers and realizing just how tough and hard they are, and so I started using it. Did I plan to use it for over 10,000 bats? No, I literally started using it because it's what I had in the shed while I was making bats. But this one antler has lasted me over 10,000 bats. You can see that we've dropped it a couple times and a couple of these guys have broken off, but this is the same exact deer antler. I'll try and find a picture and post it in this video to show you the same deer antler several years back, but just wanted to make sure it's clear. This is the only deer antler I've used, and I've done over 10,000 bats. We've been making bats since 2012. And for the past several years, we've done anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 bats per year. So definitely been used over 10,000 bats. The second most commented question or concern was, why are we sanding after we're doing the hardening process? And the whole reason why we do that is just to get the discoloration off. So a lot of people are saying like, okay, so you're hardening it and then you're just sanding off what you just hardened, which technically, yeah, we're sanding off that outer layer, but we're using 220 grit. We're not using anything that's super gritty, and we're really just being careful to make sure we get the outer layer off. But we're putting enough pressure on the bat that it is compressing the fibers just below, or not just on the surface, but below the surface as well. So we sand it off just to get that discoloration off, so that way when we go to stain the bats, it doesn't discolor the color that we're trying to use to make for the customization of the actual bat. And the other comment that's been pretty popular is, why do you even do it? You shouldn't even have to do it. If it's a quality bat or a quality piece of wood, you shouldn't have to do it. Well, wood is naturally a soft product. Even the hardwoods that we use, it's a soft product. So antler is harder than wood. That's why we use something that is harder than the wood to harden it. So what I mean by that is, if you go take a maple bat that is not hardened at all, so like just fresh off the lathe, not hardened at all, and you go hit with it, you're going to have dents all up and down the barrel. The whole reason I started hardening bats in the first place, or any bat company should start hardening bats in the first place, is because the first bat I ever made didn't harden it, and there were dents all up and down the barrel. So it's a super important process. I know some people don't see the need for it, but if you just go hit with one that doesn't have a hardening process, you will know why we do a hardening process. And so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do an experiment and post a video about it. I'm going to turn out a bat that we don't harden at all, go hit with it, and then turn out a bat that we harden and don't sand, and go hit with it, and then turn out a bat that we harden and sand and hit with it as well. So we're going to be able to compare all three, kind of seeing what the popular comments are. We're going to compare all three of those, and just to show the importance of the hardening process. So like I said, I just wanted to hop on and kind of clear up a few of those questions that some of you had. And I'm excited to do this experiment, the experiment between a not hardened bat and a hardened bat, and see how each one performs and kind of show the differences there. Hopefully we'll be able to post that sometime in the next few days. But seriously, in all sincerity, for me, I love whenever people comment and have questions, and love to talk about this stuff. I kind of nerd out on it. So any questions you have, throw it in the comments, and let's talk about it.